Hello students, I am your science teacher Miss Anshu. Let's continue our chapter heat and temperature. Students, in our previous video we studied about what is heat and what is temperature. Now we will study about the instruments used to measure the temperature. It is known as thermometer. Based upon the materials used inside the thermometer, they can be of three types: mercury thermometers, digital thermometers and alcohol thermometers. Now the types of thermometers. Mercury thermometer. This was designed by Gabriel Fahrenheit in 1714. There are certain peculiar properties or unique properties of mercury, because of which it is used inside the thermometers. It is only liquid metal that stays in liquid state from a range of temperature minus 38.87 to 356.85 degrees centigrade, that is boiling point of mercury. It does not stick to the glass. It has uniform rate of expansion and it is easy to see due to its shiny grey color. Let me show you the mercury thermometer. It looks like this. This is your mercury thermometer. Then we have the digital thermometer. How this digital thermometer records the temperature? It contains a thermistor. Now the thermistor records the temperature when a current passes through it. Current depends upon the temperature of the object जिसका हमें temperature measure करना है. So when the current passes through this small device, it passes through the thermistor and sends the value on the LCD or the liquid crystal display to read. Doctors prefer digital thermometer because mercury is poisonous and we get more accurate reading of the temperature than mercury thermometer. The modern clinical thermometers are the digital thermometers. This is the type of digital thermometer. When we press, it shows the readings. This is the display. This is LCD display and this is the point. We can keep this point in contact of the body of which we have to record the temperature. The third type of thermometer are the alcohol thermometer. The alcohol thermometers were made by Galileo. He used spirit of wine in a sealed tube. This is a typical alcohol thermometer. Now you can differentiate between alcohol thermometer and a mercury thermometer. It contains the knob is silvery white in case of mercury thermometer and it is red in case of alcohol thermometer. The alcohol thermometer are the laboratory thermometers. Now what are the advantages of this alcohol thermometer over the mercury thermometer? Here it is given laboratory thermometer. Just cut it in your book and change it to mercury. The alcohol thermometers are cheaper and less harmful than mercury. It can measure much lower temperature than mercury, that is up to minus 115 degrees centigrade. While in case of mercury thermometers, we can measure up to minus 38 degrees centigrade. The example of alcohol thermometer is laboratory thermometer. So basically the thermometers can be divided into two subcategories: laboratory thermometers and clinical thermometers. What is the difference between the two? You can see it like this. These two are the clinical thermometers which we use in our homes and this is the laboratory thermometer. These thermometers they are either the mercury thermometer or the digital thermometer. The laboratory thermometer can also be mercury thermometer or alcohol thermometer depending upon the liquid they contain. In case of mercury laboratory thermometer, this red knob is also silvery white in color and the material inside this is mercury. Now these laboratory thermometers are very thick walled, having a very fine glass capillary. Now this space, you can see the red line up to 35 degree 35 degrees. So this is now at present it is telling the room temperature, which is 35 degrees centigrade. So this is a small capillary in which the alcohol is rising. It can be, laboratory thermometer can be filled with mercury or alcohol. Mercury appears silvery gray while alcohol appears as a red line. Now the laboratory thermometers can measure temperature from -10 to 110 degrees centigrade. Here is given the range of thermometer. It is given range -10 to 110 degree centigrade. Now clinical thermometers, they generally contain mercury. Nowadays mercury clinical thermometers are less in use because mercury is toxic, and doctors use digital clinical thermometers. Now what are the features of mercury thermometer? This mercury thermometer contains a red mark over here. You can see it. It is 37 degrees centigrade or 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. This is 94, 96, 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. This is where the normal body temperature lies. There is a small kink near the bulb in this area. Now this kink allows the contraction. This kink is for the purpose that the mercury does not contract on its own or fall back in the bulb before the temperature is noted. These are the two important features of mercury thermometer. Now what is the correct way to read the temperature? First of all, shake the thermometer so that the mercury goes below the normal mark. In case of digital thermometer, shaking is not required. Now place the thermometer in the armpit or under the tongue. Wait for 2 minutes. Take out the thermometer and read the temperature. Keep the thermometer at the level where with your eyes for an accurate reading. What are the precautions that should be followed while using a mercury thermometer? You should wash the thermometer well and dip it in antiseptic liquid before and after using it. Be careful while using as it is made up of glass and mercury is highly toxic. That's all for today. Tomorrow we'll be starting with modes of heat transfer. Book pages covered and in between questions will be uploaded on the school website. Thank you.